And welcome to Leanne's weekly weigh-in. I am Leanne, and this week at the Weight Watchers scale, I lost £1, which is a total weight loss of £26. And it's still not the £28, and I seem to be going really, really slowly. But that's a good thing. 1.5, £1, half a pound, it's going in the right direction. And we can be discouraged when we get on the scales, but we shouldn't be. If we're losing, if we're staying the same, we're on our way to our goals. So buckle up, suck it up, buttercup, and just accept that you've lost £1. And well done. It's the same for anyone else out there that's finding it a real struggle. And found it a real struggle, mind you. I have to admit, this week I found it so difficult. Why did I feel it? I think I know why I found it difficult. It was absolutely freezing outside. It was even snowing. And when it gets really cold, I get really hungry. I don't know about anybody else, but I just want to stuff my face. And it is no good to me. But I did manage to stay within my points allowance for the day. And I ate all my weeklies, which is really unlike me. So, do you know what? £1, I'll take it. Now, what we're going to do today, we are going to talk about no food being off limits. But before we do that, I went shopping. And I went shopping not in Marks and Spencer this week. I went shopping in Sainsbury's, and it's really, really noisy. Really noisy bag. Do you like my bag? Look. It's so cool. I love it. Look, it's that woman. What's her name? The test card. And look, I've got my tea. I've got the last tea bag of licorice tea. And look. That is my last tea bag. I've got to go to the health shop. Oh God, more lipstick everywhere. But at the shops this week, I went shopping this week in Sainsbury's. And I thought about all the sorts of things I wanted to have if I had a packed lunch, or what I would take to lunch. Now, most of you who watch me on Instagrams and on Connect, all my Connectagons, you will see that majority of the stuff I have for lunch is usually a salad and some tuna or some form of meat. It all depends on what my restaurant has. Yes, I am very lucky. I have a restaurant at work. Whatever concoction they have, I will have with the salad. So usually between 1 and 2 points, and I store my points up for the evening when I have a meal with Paul, or if I have my toast later on. But I did think, because I had a couple of days off this week, what would I do if I was at home? What would I do? And would I control myself to salad? So I had a look, and of course I went down the cheese aisle and I found these. Oh my goodness. There were 2 of these. Has anyone else seen these? They are the mini cravings by the lovely Laughing Cow. Now there's a herb selection, and there is there's these ones. These are just called flavoured cheese snacks, these ones. But let me open them for you because I got really excited. I'm going to put my bag down because it's making lots of noise. It's making untold noise. Noisy bag today. Right, so these are amazing. I can't wait to get myself tucked into these, girls. I'm telling you, the bag's not behaving. I blame the clown. Look at me. Look. Oh, I didn't realise there was so many in there. Look. These are so cool. Now in this one, now I don't know if they're like if they're the cream cheese or what they are. It just says flavoured cheese snack cubes. They're really, really cool. We have got the cheddar. Okay, all right. They're not even as big as an Oxo cube. But smother this little baby onto your cracker. The cracker's a point. These are 1 point each. They do the blue cheese one on here. These are so cute. I want to make them into earrings. And smoky cheese. Smoky cheese on this one. Oh, God, it's like Tetris, I tell you. Oh, can't get it in. There you go. Lovely. It does look like, I don't know, a selection box that you got from Thornton's, but it's cheese. And I'm so excited about that one. And this one, oh my goodness. This one, what is it in this one? Ham and herb, garlic and herb, and 3 cheeses. Again, your selection. Each of these little babies, these little cubettes, are 1 point each. So really loving the idea of that. So I'm looking forward to that on my cheese, because you know me, I like my cheese and biscuits at 10 o'clock while I'm watching the news at 10. Lovely. We have a nice cup of tea. Now, so what else? These fell out. Now, this, I saw this as well. This is what happens when you go shopping without your phone and without your Weight Watchers app, girls. Now, I bought this because it said low, and I thought, oh, low, cheese and biscuits, that's nice. Probably a bit lazy when I got cheese and biscuits indoors. And I thought, do you know what? I could sling it in my handbag. But do you know what? That was 8 smart points. That's a lot. And it's like, really? And I'm going to do the diet maths thing. So if I wanted to take that for work for 8 points, do you know what else I found? And I had one of these the other week and it was absolutely gorge. This, I don't know if you've seen this, it's called Fit Kitchen. And look at this baby. This is the one I actually had. It is the pad thai chicken with a zesty sauce. Now you've got your whole chicken breast in there, girls, and you've got all your lovely veggies, and you've got a lovely teriyaki type sauce. That, you can stick it in the microwave. I think it takes about 4 minutes. Yeah, 4 minutes. Not bad, is it? That is the same as that. 8 smart points. Now, what would you go for? Would you go for a meal, right? Or would you go for that? It's a no-brainer, really, isn't it? So I didn't take my phone with me, and I should have done, because that, bit of a waste of points. Tell you what else is a bit of a waste of points in my mind, but I do love them. I'm a sucker for them. It's that time of year again, isn't it? It is the hot cross bunnies. Guess who's been in these? Wasn't me. I only got these last night. He's been at home all day. Look. You know what they say? Little pickers wear big knickers. Be careful, Mr. Rivett, otherwise you'll be joining me at Weight Watchers. Yeah, he's eating 2 he's eating 2 of these. These babies are the Sainsbury's Be Good to Yourself. And I thought, be good to yourself, yay, like count on us. That's really cool. They'll be really low. I'll get those. Didn't have my phone. Got home. 7 smart points each bloody one. Oh, see how bad it was. I even swore. Yeah, bad. That's naughty, isn't it? Naughty hot cross bun. You see, I'm getting hot and cross over that. 7 smart points. Would I waste it? Well, if I had a couple of smart points left over and it was the end of the week and I'd had quite a lot of weeklies, I probably would. I said I'd get these ones. These are the Laughing Cow Extra Light. Now, I don't understand how I'm going to do this, because it's three of these triangles for 2 smart points, which I wouldn't eat. I would just eat one of them. So I can't do the mental arithmetic. So I don't know. What is it? It's even half a point. I don't know. It's a lot less than the original ones. So I don't know what they're going to taste like. I'm going to try those. Again, you know, me being a cheese fiend. And the other thing I got was you know those thins? They said that they did them in dark chocolate, and they had them in the Sainsbury's, and they had the cappuccino ones. £1.80. What? These are £1 in Tesco, and I don't even go to Tesco, but they're £1. So I think they're a bit overpriced, but as we know, these are 1 point per biscuit, 1 smart point per biscuit, and I really like these. I have these on my desk at work, and I do manage just to, at 3 o'clock, I have a biscuit with my cup of tea, and that satisfies me. And you know what else? It has satisfied everybody in the team as well. So I've all my people, oh, can I have a thin? Can I have a thin? And they all eat them, and we've stopped eating the big biscuits. So I'm on a revolution. So I think that's really, I'm excited about that one. I'm quite excited about this one, but I am excited about this one because this is a new flavour to me. So the other thing that we're going to go back to what we have in our packed lunch. And I hadn't seen these for ages, and I thought, I really like these. These are the the corn and rice cakes, and they are, and I'm going all a bit American today actually, and you'll see why later. But these are they're blueberry, yes, blueberry and vanilla. How gorgeous is that? 1 smart point per cake. So I think that would work for me really nicely with my lunch for something sweet. My other favourite, now this takes me back to my childhood, fish and chips. Who remembers Burton's fish and chips? You know, each of these little packets, and there's how many? There's 6 packets in here, so they're small packet. Those in the UK will know exactly what I mean by the size, and also the smell and the taste. They haven't changed their taste since we were kids, and they are absolutely delightful. It is a whimsical chip on your palette of delights, and they are 4 smart points. I was really quite surprised. I thought they were going to be higher, but they're actually 4 smart points a bag, so I'd take that for 4 smart points. And my other childhood favourite, because they melt on your tongue, not Skips but Quavers. Now I was quite shocked at the packaging of this. They reminded me of Pampers or other things that ladies use, that packaging. Anyway, but they were Quavers. 3 smart points. 3 smart points for these, and I think I like these. I have these when we have a Subway. I always have a packet of Quavers as well, just that little bit of crunch. And the one I was singing here, which I really liked, and I tried one, but again, Mr. Rivett has been on the case. The Marmite rice cakes in a bag. I like Marmite. Paul likes Marmite. Paul absolutely lives on Marmite. He goes through a jar of Marmite a week. Yes, I'm not that obsessed, but he is. Again, it's either you like it or you hate it. Usually if you've been brought up with it, you will like it. If you try it later on in life, most people don't like it, but I like it. And these packet, and there's 25 grams, it was quite a substantial packet. There was quite a lot in there. It's only 2 smart points. So that was what was in my shopping bag today. And will you notice that I'm really rushing? And I'll tell you why, because I'm so excited, because I'm going to open up my parcel. But let me put these all down here. So I've got a clean bill of health for you. Ooh. So the topic of the week is nothing, as we have seen, is off limits. And what were you surprised at? And that was what Alan, who is my new coach, told me tonight as I was walking home. He said, what are you surprised at? What were you surprised at most, Leanne, that wasn't off limits or was low points, actually, when you were on the diet? And I was trying to think, well, I have to say I didn't really think about what was on limits and what was off limits when I started. I really focused on what was on low smart points. And whenever I tell people to start the diet and they come to me and they say, Leanne, you have lost weight, you've continued to lose weight, we have seen you lose weight, what is it that you've done to help you? Now I always tell people to track, even if you go over, because even if you go over, at least you're aware what you're sticking in your gob. And I tell you, that was the biggest thing for me. And I know that some girls do the dark side, they do the slimming world, and they pile up their plate and they have a list. But I like all foods. If you give me a list, and I don't do no count, because unless I know I'm going to my mum's because she does slimming world and I'll do a no count day, I like all foods. And I love takeaways, you know, and I loved my McDonald's, I love my pizza, Pizza Hut, Pizza Express, Domino's Pizza, Papa John's. My goodness, Domino's knew me by name. They would always, they'd even see me in Sainsbury's and say, hi Leanne, how are you? It was getting quite embarrassing actually. But I was very surprised actually what I could eat. And what I found very easy to do was to say, well, no, I'm not going to have that. And then what would happen was I would stop myself from having it. And then what I would do is I'd have a purge, I'd have a binge on the food that I really, really wanted. And when I realised in my eat book, now this is this year's eat book, and I got last year's one here as well because I had it on the shelf. And I was looking through it, and I remember going through this and getting really scared when I started going back to my places of pleasure, Domino's Pizza, and seeing what actually it was that they had. Now, when I looked at it, now I love myself a bit of pepperoni. I love pepperoni passion. Now, when I looked at it before, and I thought, do you know what, Leanne, you like pepperoni passion. If you had pepperoni passion and you had the large one with the mozzarella cheese, one slice was 8 smart points. If you had 2 pieces of pizza, that was fine. Actually, now that would sustain me for 16 points, that would. But when I was, and this is another thing, I've been on the Weight Watchers program now for 7, coming up to 8 months. And my way of thinking about food has changed, and I can eat less now than I did before. When I first started, I wouldn't do this because I think that it would have sabotaged my diet. Now I can go back and say, yeah, I can have that one slice of pizza, or I could have those 2 slices of pizza for 8 points, for 16 points. That's a meal, and that would be fine. But did you know out there, all my YouTubers and my Connexagons, did you know, and my Instagrammers as well, did you know that you can order your pepperoni passion with the Delight mozzarella? Now, I didn't think you could. According to Weight Watchers, you can. It knocks a point off. And if you had one of those small classic personal pizzas, and you know, little ones, which is, it is personal for you, you eat it, it's yours, you know, that if you have that on Delight, that is actually 19 points, which that would probably fill me up now. As I say, I don't think it would when I first started, but when we did start eating pizza and we started having Domino's, because Paul really likes the Domino's as well, bearing in mind he is a fussitarian, we would always have, for him, we used to have half and half. You know, have you done that? Half and half? We used to have half pepperoni passion and half vegetable supreme. But I decided I'd try the vegetable supreme because I noticed it was smaller in points, and I would add those corn bits. You know, those corn pepperoni things, which were really, really low in points. So I added those, stuck them under the grill, and just added them on top. So when I did that, the mozzarella light one works out at a medium pizza at 4 smart points per slice. You know, and even if you had a large one, it was 5 smart points. So actually, it is quite doable. So that was my Domino's. So I was quite excited about that one. The other thing that I love, I love McDonald's. Who loves McDonald's? I love McDonald's. I love McDonald's. But I'm not mad on McDonald's in the same way as I won't go and have a Big Mac. I know I made the Big Mac attack, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But my vice at McDonald's is, and I've always had this since I was a kid, I love the cheeseburgers. But I won't stop at one. I have half a dozen cheeseburgers, and that's what used to happen. And when I got my student card, and Paul would have his main meal, I'd have my Happy Meal, and I would have another burger, and I would have another one, or I'd have a double cheeseburger, and it was getting a bit ridiculous. But let's have a look at this. Big Mac is at 17 smart points. A cheeseburger is 10 smart points. A hamburger is 8 smart points. Chicken nuggets for 6, 7 smart points. And I can't eat a lot of their fries. I'll tell you why, because the salt does get to me after a while. So I've always had the smaller one. So actually, for the same price as a Big Mac, points-wise, you can have a cheeseburger and fries. And I have a Happy Meal, and I'll show you a picture because this is what I had the other day. There we go. That was my picture of my Happy Meal that I had in Elton when I was going to see Spring Awakening. That was 17 points, which is exactly the same as a Big Mac. But you can fake away it. And what's a fake away, Leanne? Well, a fake away is just what it sounds. It's a takeaway that you make yourself, and you fake it. Now, the girls, they did their, the skinnies, they made, and they told us all about the lovely, delicious Big Mac attack. And I thought, that looks really cool. I'm going to try it. I got food envy. It made me think about McDonald's. I hadn't had McDonald's for ages, but I tried it, and it worked really well. It did taste exactly like a Big Mac. It was floppy. It was on the lettuce, and I'll put a picture here. If you want a copy of the recipe, because I translated it into the English version and used all of the English ingredients and made it, you can go to our, what is it on? It is on the Facebook site. If you go on the Facebook site, I put a post on there and I put the PDF in, and you can print off a lovely recipe card that I made up just especially for you, so you can look at it and have a go at it. But let me just say something about it. It was half the points. It was actually less than I thought it was going to be, because actually the croissants work out lower than they did originally. And it does sound a bit weird sticking croissants on the top of a Big Mac, but it actually did work. But I saw a video, and I've forgotten what his name is, something Armstrong. He's a very experienced YouTuber, not like me, he's professional, and he makes the Big Mac at home. And I thought, do you know what he did there, I can substitute it and probably make it myself and make the points lower by using the lower calorie and the lower fat mince and everything. And he makes even the patties, and he does everything. I'll link into that video in the description bar below and give him all the credit for that, but I'm going to have a go at trying to make it myself. So girls, boys, if you like your takeaways, why not try a fakeaway? It does tell you in this year's Eat Out, there's all the fakeaway recipes in the back. There's a Vietnamese fakeaway, there's a pizza fakeaway. Now, do you remember I told you last week about the pizza, how I make my pizza? And then there's a Chinese fakeaway. So there's recipes in here this time round. And I like this little book. I also did the Nando's one, and I did Pizza Express, but we didn't have time for that because we are going into a so exciting time. For me, anyway, not for you, but for me, because I get to open and share with you the parcel that the Skinnies sent me from the USA. Now, this is exciting because it's got a whole load of stuff that I know I am going to love. Because look, there was some lovely pens, and they were put in this beautiful ribbon. And I think this is the state. I'm not very good with the United States, but I think this is actually where they live. The state where they live, and that is beautiful, and that's on a key ring, so I'm going to stick that on my chain for my points chain, my little charm chain that I've got. So I've got some lovely pens, so thank you very much for them. They're the right size for my Filofax purse, so I'm going to use those for that. That's really exciting. We have got, look, they have the same as us but better. They have the little Tic Tac type boxes, but they're called citrus drops. They have cherry and grapefruit drops. So I like the licorice ones, so I'm excited about these ones. Oh, it gets better. It gets better. The Holy Grail. Well, look at this. Look at this, girls. Look at that. Chocolate pretzel blast. Oh, my goodness. I am so excited to try this. I am so excited to try this. I love pretzels, and the nearest thing that we can get to this, I think, well, probably nowhere near what you get to this. The one, 2 smart points. I'm going to have one tonight. I've got to crack these open. I'm telling you, I'm sorry. I'm salivating. Can you imagine? Over a box of chocolate. This, well, I've forgotten what I was going to say. M&S do chocolate pretzels, and they do them in individual guilt-free snacking. So that's probably the nearest that you'll get to these in the UK. But oh my goodness, I don't even know. I don't even know what are they? How can they look amazing. These look amazing. Not often I'm lost for words. Lost for words over these babies. I'm gonna eat one tonight, and I'll tell you what it was like last week. Oh my god! There is a mocha coffee crunch, a flavoured snack bar for 2 smart points. We don't have coffee. These were the ones. Were these the ones you were talking about? These are the ones they were talking about on their video. These are new. These are new, and I love coffee. And not everybody likes coffee. I like. See, this is the really bad thing why you can't have sweets in this house. I like the sweets nobody likes. So I like the coffee creams, and I like the strawberry creams and the orange creams. I eat those at the end. Oh, it's exciting. There's 2 of them. 2. I've got 2 of those ones. Oh my goodness. Sprinkle. Now I've seen these as well. Sprinkle Me Pink. Cake flavoured. Oh, cake flavoured snack. I got 2 as well. See that they're twins, so they come as 2s. They come in 2s. They come in pairs. Everything is a twin. It has a look. It has a twin. Have you know? Oh my gosh! It's so exciting. I'm so excited. Rainbow ice gourmet gum. Wow! Look at that. It looks just like a unicorn. Yeah, you like gum, don't you? You love gum in the States. We have our Orbit and stuff. I don't know. I've never rainbow ice. That's gonna be. I don't know. I have to let you know about that one. That's crazy. I wonder what that would taste like. Wow, that's amazing. Did see this because you mentioned it, and they wrote me a letter and they mentioned about the tea, and I had to look at the tea. Look, this is hilarious. This is so me. Get lean, get burning, then get lost. And I just think that's really cool. Look, it's red tea. I love red tea. Oh, I love red tea. That is gonna. Oh, green tea. That'll go. I tell you, he'll have that. He drinks green tea. He loves it. So, Mr. Rivett, you're going to have that green tea. I'll try some before you get to it, though. And we've got a spicy herby blend. Oh, to rev up my metabolism. Hopefully, if I drink this, I might lose that £2 and get to my 2 stone. That's really exciting. Now, this here is. Wow. Oh, Jean Nidich. She's the lady that started it all, girls. Lovely Jean. She actually started Weight Watchers. Is this a diary, or is this a, what is this? Is this a book? Oh, it's a notebook. Oh, wow. It's there. It's their journal. Wow. That is so. It's like a moleskin. It's so. See, they do it so well. Why? I find it really, really. I don't understand Weight Watchers. Why they don't over here do some stuff that they have over there, because I do look on their website and I do. Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you so much. I absolutely, I read the book actually. I read the book about Jean and her biography, and that's actually really, really cool. It says it's choice, not chance, that determines your destiny, which is absolutely lovely. Can you imagine? I would wish she was still alive. I would love to have a conversation with her today. I'm sure that a lot of you would. But wow, thank you so much. And there is one thing here. I think I know what this is. Oh my goodness. Trader Joe's. I so want to go to Trader Joe's. I watch so many YouTubers in the States going to Trader Joe's, and I get so much shopping envy. Wow, I've got a Trader Joe's bag. This is amazing. This is so amazing. I'm going to put my shopping in that next week. Wow. Look at this. Oh my goodness. I have been really spoiled. I have been so spoiled. Isn't this amazing? Thank you. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you so much for what you have given. You've given me so much joy this week. And actually, do you know what? That's what it is all about. To think that I started this YouTube channel up at the beginning of January. It was the girls that actually helped motivate me right at the beginning. And YouTube has made an amazing community for me. I have made so many friends, whether it's through Weight Watchers, whether it's through toy collecting, or whether it's just watching just crazy videos from people all over the world. I've made some amazing friends, and this is what it's all about. And do you know what? I'm going to challenge you Connectagons from the UK. Do you know, there is, I think, at the moment, I'm not 100% sure, but I think there's only 2 of us that are doing Weight Watchers videos at the moment in the UK. There's loads of Slimming World ones. You just type it in and you will see the Slimming World ones, but the Weight Watchers ones, there's not many of us. And I see you all on Connect, and you do some amazing stuff. You know, Lisa Coleman does an amazing channel. I love Lisa Coleman. She does No Count. Go and watch her and support her. Tell her that Leanne sent you if you haven't seen her. If you go to my main page, she is she's listed on there, and I think it's called Simply Fuller in the States. Is it, or is it? I can't remember. Is that right? It's a yellow book. It's the same principle as No Count. So you guys can go and watch her as well. Tell her that Leanne sent you to her channel. She actually trained. She's now a leader and a coach. She trained with my coach, Alan. So 2 shout outs to Alan this week. But go and support Lisa. But also get out there and do it yourself. When I first started, I didn't think, my goodness, is anyone gonna want to listen to me ranting on? And I do rant on, let's face it, but I've had so many amazing positive comments, and do you know what it's done? It's actually made me accountable for my weight loss, and I've looked at new things, I've tried recipes, I've done stuff just so that I can share it with you guys. So it's actually helped with my diet. So I'd say to you, do you know what? Get on the YouTubes, have a go. Even if you're so scared, do it. Have a go. And you know what? I'll see less of you next week.